Hey YouTube, welcome to my world, Steffi's world. I wanted to talk to you about something real important that is happening in the state of Florida right now. You probably heard reports, I believe it came out last week, by the lovely governor who said that 20 people had been arrested on charges of voter fraud. Well, on yesterday, Desmond Meade, and if you aren't familiar with him, think back to Amendment 4 that made its way on the ballot and was passed that gave convicted felons their right to vote back. They got their right restored. That happened in the last election. And last week it was said that 20 people who were convicted felons voted when they shouldn't have. Desmond spoke out about this on yesterday. He did lives on his social media, and he was saying that this is simply not true. The people were under the assumption that they had everything cleared up that they needed and that they could vote legally. And he was also saying that the state did not say different. They was issued their voter registration card. They went in there and vote. Now they come back and said no, that they shouldn't have been able to vote. If you think back, and if you're familiar with Amendment 4 passed, it made its way on the ballot, and we as the voters of Florida said, yeah, sure, restore people's rights back. No sooner than it passed, it came out that, oh, you must have all fines and fees taken care of before you could vote. They set up funds, even celebrities gave to the funds to have the people pay everything off. Now, what Desmond exposed yesterday is that the state has no comprehensive database that lets a person know what they owe. Now, you may say, well, Steph, what does that have to do with anything? It has a lot to do with anything, because if you live in one county and let's say you get locked up in another county, that's two different counties. That's two different counties. Or if you've moved throughout the state. So why isn't there a comprehensive database to let a person know exactly what they owe so they can take care of everything in all counties? So that's one barrier. The next barrier is that it's no checks and balances with anything. It's like the state want to act like their hands is clean in this, and it's not. They don't maintain accurate records. They don't have the databases that they need, and they're not upholding their end. This is on them when you go in to get your voter registration card. This falls squarely on them. And now you have people sitting in jail and was locked up, and it's not their fault. It's not their fault. Also, the Florida Rights Coalition is the organization, I believe it might be Desmond's, he's the head of, and they are doing some things to try to help these people. Number one, they're setting up a fund for bail. The ones who are sitting in jail need to be bailed out, and they're setting up a fund to do just that, to get these people out of jail. He also said that in places like Alachua County, some people took plea deals to get out of jail. You're already a convicted felon. That is the last place that you want to be, is jail. Also, I think about the ones that's on paper, so to speak, that's on probation. You just violated. And this could cause you to be sent back to jail. The second thing that the organization did was the legal defense fund to help people they're going to need to fight this. They are going to need to fight this. This is unjust, and it's just flat out wrong. So if you would like to give to any of those causes, Google Desmond Meade or look up Florida Rights Coalition. I don't have the links. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, you should be able to find everything there, because they need donations to help these people. This was by no fault of their own. This wasn't like a situation down there in the villages where people voted twice and they found voter fraud and they kept it real quiet. I saw that on the news, and that happened about a year ago, and they found that out. But that wasn't an investigation. But see, we have this voters integrity unit or whatever the governor set up that has time to do this. You have time to put innocent people in jail. And like I said, they've been on the felons from the beginning. Paying all your fees and fines in order to vote is a poll tax. I don't care how you carve it or how you look at it. It is a modern day poll tax. So I'm just coming to you as a resident of Florida. Yes, I'm down here in this hellhole, and don't think for a minute that we are free down here. Free to do what? Free to do what? Please, if you could help. I actually sat down with a young man. I used to work at the literacy department at the local library. And I sat down with a young man and we did the paperwork to get his rights restored. And it was lengthy, it was tedious, but guess what? He got them. And I was so happy when I saw him. And he thanked me so much for sitting down and helping him interpret and navigate through all of that stuff. But he got his rights restored. So I know a little bit about it. I also watched this to get Amendment 4 on the ballot. All the signatures, all the petitions. It was other groups and organizations. Desmond is the face of it, and I credit him with starting this, but there were a lot of organizations that came on board. I know one was Second Chance, who took signatures for petitions for the petition in front of the library, and it was called Second Chance. So a lot of people have been given a second chance. Desmond himself is very familiar with the system. And also check out his book, Let My People Vote. Ironically, that was even before the last election, but he has a book too. So help us out here in Florida. If you want to connect with me, you can follow me on Twitter at Cosby, COSBEE. I'm Stephanie Cosby on all other social media platforms, and I am Miss Cosby on Insta. I close whatever I do online with love one another. Till the next time, peace.